Hey, new day. Here I am. So, kind of had a rough weekend. If you remember, I showed you in my last video, I had some cupping done. So, I'm still a little purple here on my shoulders. But oh my gosh, the tension that was in my neck and my shoulders, even though that's super sensitive to still touch, really started moving through me. And I was really resistant to letting it go. Even like in crying and letting it out. I really was brought up in a household that you didn't cry in. You didn't show emotion, which is kind of crazy because I'm an empath. So I was really shut down at a young age, and that's okay because I think that that was my journey. But now I still have difficulty when it comes to me releasing emotion and processing it for myself. I can help other people do it. I certainly feel their emotions, but for me it's difficult, so it required an accident. Now, of course, in my belief, in my world, there are no accidents. So I'll just show you that I got hit super hard here on the face, and I got this big old fat lip, and that precipitated me crying, really sobbing, like for about 45 minutes. Like, it hurt really bad, but the person who did it to me brought out a lot of like grief within me, and I was super angry. But of course I was super angry because anger is a secondary emotion that sits atop grief. So I released a ton of grief about myself and about who I am and what I think I am and everything that I kind of talked about in my last video. So if you haven't seen my cupping video, just go back and watch that, because you'll see that I've got my own issues, because we all do. That's why we're here. If we were perfect, we wouldn't need to be incarnated in these avatars. So here I am, living my life and being authentic, hopefully, and sharing it with you. So the other thing I do when I experience a physical injury or ailment or illness or whatever, I consult my little book here, Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die by Carol K. Trueman. Now, I found this book after doing a 13-month somatic cellular release class that really was like, once I read this book, I'm like, oh my God, that's literally what I just did for 13 months. And I got this book because I lived next to Carol's son, Boyd Trueman. So really a lot of synchronicity there. And at the time, this was probably back in 2010, just unfolding all around me, for years now and years. So I looked up lips. Here's lips. There's like all these different physical ailments, and you read through them and find out really what resonates. Maybe not everything resonates with you, but the thing that resonated the most with me in this is it says, can't say more for fear of saying wrong thing. Well, I absolutely have that at a very deep level. That kind of it was brought straight out today instantly for me to recognize by my friend Brian. Hi, Brian. I know you're watching, so you're keeping me honest, I guess. And I kind of struggled with that. He knew exactly what I was talking about. That kind of bothered me. And and that's probably part of my problem is speaking and for fear of saying the wrong thing. Like, it was never my intention to hurt people or to say things and I don't even want to use names when I'm talking about things or experiences in my life. I'm just trying to be authentic with who I am, with what's going on with my life, so that I might help you. Maybe it resonates at some level with you so that you can process and heal. And that goes even deeper for me, because a lot of my issues that I'm getting into now, mind you, I have been doing this work now for at least like almost a decade, and I am still pulling back the layers. I am still going through this onion within myself and pulling things out. So I'm going to be getting deep into things about my personal relationships. And I do have a lot of fear for putting it out there. I think, like, in a large way, that could cause members of my family probably not to want to talk to me. Okay, I guess that's fine. I'm going to do my work. I'm going to just try to keep it real and authentic. And I won't use names or circumstances or events. Well, I'll probably use circumstances and events, but I won't give you, like, who it was, or just to, I guess to protect other people's privacy and to not infringe upon them and their world. So that being said, I did a lot of work this weekend, as I told you I was going to do, with burning contracts. And just burning a contract here is like getting out a piece of paper, and I would write my name and the other person's name, or their name and my name, whatever. It doesn't matter, like, in what order you do it. And I burned about 5 contracts. So I wrote out, like I did with my sister, I was trying to let go a lot of my envy and jealousy that wasn't within me. And so I wrote a lot of that out, and it got really deep. And then I roll it up. I'm just going to show you because I don't really have anything written right now because I burned so much yesterday. This is like super crazy what happened afterwards, but I take it and then I'm just going to light a match. I've got it like a scroll, and I'm going to give it to the universe and release that energy. So I'll burn it. And then I've got my handy dandy little galvanized bucket here that I put it in, and I burn the contract. So I'm literally like releasing that energy with the universe, and I hope I don't set off the fire alarm here in my room. And then my intention is to write a new contract with that person, and I stand in gratitude, like immense gratitude for the lessons that I've learned, because I've brought the unconscious forward, made it conscious. I've put it out on paper. That's my intention, to release it and remove it from within me. And then I spend some time in meditation just thanking that person, that soul, for teaching me that lesson and allowing me to go through that experience, even though sometimes it's really painful and it's really deep, and that's okay. That's what we're here to do. We're here to work things through with one another. So I just want to be authentic, be honest, but certainly it's never my intention to attack anybody else or hurt anybody else, but just kind of tell you what's going on for me and be real about it. So it's going to get deep. I feel like I've got a lot of stuff coming to the surface, and even this cupping really helps me to bring it out. So I'm going to continue. I got another appointment on Friday, so I can't wait to get more out. And he's all like, we're going to stick some needles in you and get some stuff released too, because he does acupuncture. So just staying real, staying authentic. And it's a deep journey, and sometimes it brings out a lot of stuff, and I just want to keep sharing it. So just want to say thanks so much for supporting me, for subscribing to my channel, for continuing with me on my journey. Another really deep thing came out for me. I was viciously attacked. I don't know the guy who attacked me. I know his name, and I actually did burn a contract with him. He came at me on Facebook, messaged me, blocked me, and then messaged me because I was like, who's this guy? So I went to look him up, and he'd already blocked me, which is fine. I did a deep meditation with it, and it really hit a deep vulnerability level for me. And that's actually something that came up during my cupping experience, that vulnerability was coming out. So this message was sent to me on Friday. I didn't see it till yesterday, Sunday. And it just really hit me in the gut super hard. It made me kind of sick. Like I'll see if I can even find some of the things he said to me, which were pretty just awful. He called me a brainless freak and a moron. Grow a brain, you don't grow the brain you don't have, idiot, dumbass. You don't have a clue. He said, show your God, moron. I will wait, dumb shit. Seconds though. I'm not waiting forever. So obviously I triggered this guy, but you know what? That's like whatever the words he's using and shooting at me are really a reflection of what's going on within him. And my add to the universe coming from a cellular aspect of my body was vulnerability. So now, again, when I'm dealing with vulnerability, I'm going to come back to my Feelings Buried Alive book, and I'm going to look up vulnerability. And she's got this great guide here. Vulnerability is the shadow side of the aspect. And it hit me really deep, really resonated with me, because I do feel very vulnerable in doing these videos and putting myself out there and letting people know me. I've been incredibly private for at least the last decade, if not more. I have really disconnected from a lot of people in my life. They weren't the right people for me, or I just have gone to a different level. I'm at a new frequency. And so now I'm opening myself up, and of course I'm going to get attacked. And that's okay. What I did with this guy also in my meditation was I cut a record that he was connecting into me, and I shielded myself energetically, put myself in the violet flame, and then with him I took a mirror and flashed and held the mirror up so that he could see within himself. And I actually conversed with his higher soul, and we really worked it out. Like I thanked him deeply for attacking me, which sounds crazy, right? But I knew it was about me. Everything's within us. It's not separate from me. He's not separate from me. We're all one. My God is infinite. He is all awareness. It's all the collectiveness of all of us together. We are just here in this experience expressing it individually. So, whatever. He's got obviously some questions within him that he needs to process, and, namaste. That's fine. So vulnerability for me. Today I'm going to be working on this stuff. So on the other side, so vulnerability is the shadow emotion that I have been wounded with deep within me, and that had a lot to do with, came out with the cupping and stuff. So now I'm going to take a piece of paper, again, a handy little piece of paper here. And I'm going to write out 10 times with my right hand and 10 times with my left hand. And I'll probably just pick a different one each day. But I am going to write out that I am committed to being protected. I am committed to being guarded. I am committed to being strong. And I am committed to being infallible. So this is how we take a shadow emotion that was a wounding within ourselves, and we shift it into a positive, so that we can heal that aspect of our soul and move forward. I'm sure I'll continue to be attacked. I'm sure that my words might trigger people, and that's okay. I am completely open to having an honest dialogue and a conversation, and I love to expand my consciousness, my wisdom, and have a healthy debate with people and talk about things. But if you come at me like that with vicious attacks, I'm going to block you, I'm going to ban you, and I'm going to cut every cord with you, and I'm going to put a mirror flashing back at you so that you can see what's within you. And thank you for the lesson that you taught me, but we'll just be done. The conversation won't continue. We won't go any further. But if you come at me with honest questions and your curiosity and you want to have a discussion, then we can do that all day long. I'm open. I'm here. That's what I admit honestly all the time. I think I know something, and I'll tell you at the end of the day, I know that I know nothing. And I'm a soul just like you're a soul here on this planet, seeking to evolve and grow and ascend, and that's why I'm on this journey. And I believe that God is divinely leading my journey. There is no question that everything that happens in my life is from a divine presence that is around me. I have no question about who my God is. There is only one God. There is only one energy. It is that and that alone. And that's just my belief. That's my opinion. That may not work for you. You may have a whole different opinion. And that's great. That's what we're all here to do. Individually experience this reality. And so, namaste. Have a great day. I'm off to meet a beautiful friend and have an amazing, beautiful day with her. And I just love you. I love that you show up. I love that you support me. And I'm loving that you're keeping me honest. So here's my fat lip and all my fear with what I've got to say. And I don't want to hurt people. So I'm just going to try to be real and be authentic. And I guess if it triggers you, you got some work to do within you, and we can talk about it, because I'm here. I'm always open. My door's always open. We can do Skype. We can do one-on-one. We can do whatever you want. So I am I'm a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to help guide you as well. So I love you so much. Have a beautiful day.